So, what other advice would you give someone looking to embrace joy, creativity as they age?
Find out what do you love the most and just try to envelop it into your heart and see what it brings you.
And you think from this we can develop creativity, and even without support, as you mentioned, we need support of family members.
I do. I do. The world is wide open. You can get support on the internet if you need to from people. You can get support from anybody, but I think you just find out what makes you feel good. That's it. What makes you actually feel good to be alive and to be here.
You're lucky you found it being 6 years old with the dance.
I am lucky. I am lucky. I feel very lucky. I feel very fortunate to be almost 80 and to feel okay, to feel I still have things to do.
It's just more than okay. You're creating, you're inventing new lines, fashion, new approach to life, maybe spiritual work and healing of people who would be otherwise lonely and desperate. Welcome to Age of Reinvention. Redefine freedom, lifestyle, and purpose at midlife. The podcast celebrating creativity, empowerment, and reinvention at the 50 plus stage of life. Today, please meet Susan Mary, a lifelong dancer, entrepreneur, mother, grandmother, and spiritual healer who proves that joy and self-expression only grow with age. From starting her journey at the age of 6 to launching the Inner Joy Activewear company at 76, Susan has seamlessly blended her love for movement, fashion, and helping others feel confident just as they are. Join us as we dive into Susan's inspiring story of transformation, resilience, and purpose, and discover how her passion for dance, intuitive spirituality, and creative entrepreneurship can spark your inner joy. Whether you want to reinvent yourself or embrace empowerment at any age, this podcast episode is for you. Let's dance into this uplifting conversation together. Hello, Susan. I'm happy to welcome you to my studio.
Oh, thank you. I'm really happy to be here and grateful that you asked me to come.
Thank you. And when I see your smile and I feel warmth of your soul, it's really invitation to start a conversation. And let's start from the beginning, if we can. In my first question, Susan, your journey as a lifelong dancer is incredibly inspiring. What initially drew you to dance at age of 6 and kept you connected to this art throughout your life?
Oh, that's a great question. At the age of 6, I started ballet like I think most little girls sometimes do nowadays. And it wasn't, I had a very strict teacher who I always felt that she was doing the right thing for us as pupils. At the age of 16, she passed away, and then I decided to go on to college and major in dance, which I did. And I found a college, Stevens College in Columbia, Missouri. And I had the most wonderful experience with that, my whole BFA in dance. We learned all the different kinds of dance from Indian to tap to anything. And that was really fun. And then I guess dance has always been in my body for my whole life. I feel like I have to move. I don't know. And you'll see me, I'm going to try to stay still. It is very hard for me. Dance has always been, I've always had to keep going because I felt like I had to keep going. Even now, there's been really times I haven't want to go to class, but I make myself go. And usually when I get there, or at the end of the class, I'm always happy I went. So that's it.
Probably it's a secret of your usefulness. Yeah, can I say it?
I think so. I hope so.
And your career spans dance therapy, actually, literature, and later in life, retail and fashion business. What motivated you to reinvent yourself across these different fields continually?
I think it's just wanting to learn new things. I've always loved books. I've always loved holding a book, I've always loved books. And just to have the idea of being in a bookstore was just pure pleasure for me. And then when I got there, they kept promoting me and promoting me. And finally, I realized that there's other careers for me too. And so that's when I started to get into clothing. But it's the same because it's retail. You're still trying to satisfy the customer and being part of that. And that's the best part for me, to be able to give the customer what makes them happy, what makes them feel good.
At what age you started your retail career part? After 50? When it was?
Actually, I started retail when my youngest was like 6, so he's 50. Yeah, I was in the 40s, yeah.
So what do you think, to what do you attribute your ability to continue dancing 5 times a week and embarking on your new business adventures as you approach 80? Where's the secret here?
Basically, I think I'm a little crazy. That's what I tell 'em. But I love to try new things. I love to do new things. Being at Chico's, I always loved their clothes because it was all cotton. And that has been something I felt customers my age, any age, prefer cotton many times over a lycra or something else. So that was like a first motivation too, to to just get away from the lycra to cotton. I forgot what your question was. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What motivated you to start a company specifically empowering women after over 50? And how do you see dance and creativity influencing this venture? Because I believe that all your previous experience being in book sales and media escorts that you mentioned to me were all steps preparing you, and obviously the dancing all your life, preparing you to launch your business. And what is the main motivation for this, for your last business?
My main motivation is to have women feel good about their bodies. And I think when I would go to dance classes when I was maybe 10, 15 years ago, even earlier, I found older women just wearing baggy clothes because they wanted to cover up their little stomach or their baggy arms or whatever. And I just would be in class and I'd say, they don't need to do that. They're beautiful souls and bodies in there, and they don't need to cover up. So that was how I started. Now with the dance, I think that's all internal too. That's making the body feeling good. And I think that's part of my dance. And with the body and wearing clothes so they feel good in them.
So it's good with the fabric, actually good fabric, that good for the body, with colors matching that you can show your personality with design and in the same time to be fashionable. And I understand you wearing and promoting your own brand today and probably very often. In your words, I read it someplace, you dove into the world of art at 78 years young. But you found probably designer because with all this in design, you should have some skills to design, to have a company, manage company and company which produce like it's not just services, but to be in fashion business, it's a special skills. Where did you learn this?
I just had, first of all, I for years were sketching out fun things for people to wear. Just my own sketching. And when I started thinking about it, I connected with, I think I connected with a network with a gentleman who had a company before. And he was very instrumental and started telling me what I needed to do. And I first got a designer who, and I think it was off of Google or someplace. I just got a design. I mean, I interviewed everybody because I'm particular about interviewing. And I found this wonderful woman, and she and I just collaborated about what I wanted, and she drew them up and designed things for me. And that was, and then I found another another woman who helped me. She's been the best help from Florida, she has her own company, but she connected with me and she dotted everything I needed to do. She helped me get all my clothes are made in California. And I really wanted them to be in the USA because I thought it was really important. And we went through fabrics, we went through textures, we went through colors, all the things I had no idea to do. And I just learned so much about everything. I still don't know much about some things, obviously, about the designing, but I know I know what I want for people to feel like in my clothes. And that's why I really did a lot of pockets because women want pockets. Everything I design has pockets. And the material was just easy and nice, washable, and throw in the dryer for a second.
And at the same time, it's healthy. It's healthy cotton fabric. It's not like synthetic or lycra just for the style.
Yes, there's a little lycra just so we have a little stretch in it, but not much.
No, I very like it. And still, I'm thinking many perceive aging as a time to slow down, yet you have proven otherwise. How did your perspective on aging shift over the years? And how does it guide how you approach life now with all your life and business experience?
I think you hit the nail on the head because I think what it is, all my various careers and ways of looking at things has really made me want to do this company. It feels like I always felt like I wanted to do it. And maybe this is what it is. I was meant to do this at this point. That's what I think.
I think so, because many people, women and men, they kind of waiting, maybe even without recognizing this time of 60, 65 to retire. And for you, and you even written about finding lasting energy after 60. So there is something, and by the way, I fully agree with you. I feel that I have more energy now after 60 than I had 20 years ago. But I'm just at the beginning of my journey after 60, and I look at you and I think, oh, I have so many rediscoveries ahead of me, probably. But what are your secrets for maintaining energy, joy, and vitality, even in your late 70s? It's genes, it's inner power.
Yeah, genes. My mother was like pretty energetic till she passed away. She was very energetic till she passed away. I think a lot had to do with my children, just feeling that just the feel that I want my kids to know who I am a little bit and just keep that little nougat keep going. I just feel like it feels more empowering for me to have my kids feel that they're with me and around me. So
Do you live close by? I mean, with children.
one lives close by, but keep in touch with everybody.
Great. So you find time to everything. Children, grandchildren, your dancing, your business, which sometimes consume all time from many entrepreneurs. And you, as far as I understand, first time entrepreneur in your 70s and still learning, which is one of the secret of your usefulness, as I discovered. But what was the biggest challenge when you launched your Inner Joy Activewear company and how you deal with it?
The biggest handicap for me right away was just the learning curve. I just immediate because I've been in a little bit of clothing business, but I had no idea of anything else. Absolutely no idea. And this it was really in a way that's part of why I kept doing it because I really love learning about things like this. I never knew I didn't know anything. I didn't know about swatches and colors and
We don't know about many things, but curiosity, I think it's a key, this constant curiosity that I share with you. Like I'm interested to discover something that I don't know, but you not just learning, you implementing, you doing it, because it's a big bridge between knowledge and actually to see it's happening.
yeah, yes. I think it's spirit. I don't know.
Okay, we will touch this point as well. But I like even the name of your company, Inner Joy Activewear. So it's coming from inside and glowing outside, I would say. Yes, it's what you had. Okay, it's how I understood. It's beautifully uplifting, the name of the company itself. And it's very important for the brand and new brand to have this personality, I would say, even in a name. Yes.
That was difficult. That was probably one of the hardest things to do was to find a name of for the company.
So, what does this inner joy mean to you personally? And how you weave this philosophy into your brand and clothing line?
I've had a lot of knocks in my life. Hard knocks. I think everybody does at some point in their lives. And I've been able to find different ways for me to get help in different ways. I think the hard part is just really believing in yourself and not trying to change other people in other ways. And that's a hard one for me. But I think with the company, I've tried to really put it on. It's really what I believed in and really the way I feel women should be treated. And I think that's what made me continue and keep going with this, with the company at this point.
I'm amazed that you had, between all your experiences, even experience with dance therapy, which you were working with children. I don't know, children with some problems or just with children to unleash their internal energy, movement, curiosity. I'm just wondering if you can apply dance therapy to yourself when needed.
Definitely. I think that's why I go to class 5 times a week, just because it's a part of me I think that needs to go. Yeah, I think that's it. I just need to go.
I like it. It's my, by the way, motto. Just go forward. Go forward.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you can stop, you can cry, you can, like I'm saying myself, you can, yes, but you fell down, stand up and go forward. But speaking about you again, where usually, yes, usually and often cater to younger audience. But your brand prioritize women over 60, I don't 60, 50. What makes us unique, even for this category. And probably your background in dance influenced their design, but please maybe open the small secret of uniqueness of the models you create, like fabric, color, style.
I guess what I did is I took things that clothes that I have that I wanted to make better, I think. So, in other words, I would put on tights or leggings or something, and I always thought, they don't need to be this tight on my stomach. Or maybe you, and I guess I've always thought that I don't know how much clothes are designed by women either. I know at Chico's there were a woman designer, but I don't know anymore. I've been out of there for a while, a long time. But again, this is women to speak up to what they want. Lululemon, I just don't, I can't see me parading around with my stomach showing.
They only catering for young, actually good fitted men and women, and it's really all others feel like they need to do something, even surgery, in order to get to the Lululemon, which is not good for the health of people who cannot fit it. And so you found your niche, but niche is really unique. And I don't know how many women already found, and I wish more women will find your brand and line and will be happy with it. It's, I believe,
Me too. I would love it. I really, I believe in my clothes and I really want women to feel good. The nice part is whoever has bought some of my clothes, they always feel good in it. My cousin bought 3 pairs of this one pair of pants because she wants one at home, she wants one in her vacation place, and she wants one to travel with. So I love it. It's just easy, very easy and comfortable to do anything with them.
I agree. And I will look to the prices and styles, and I will try to spread over, at least in Canada, in my circle. And I believe that many women will find really what they're missing in current fashion offers. And we try to be active. A lot of things speaking, media speaking about healthy lifestyle, and we need to move and we need to get a joy from move and from dancing. And you probably need maybe you do already to dance in your clothes and to show these small videos in social media. It's the best advertisement. Okay, you know about it.
I will try, but I do. I love it. And I just want women to feel good and feel empowered by their own bodies. It's important for us.
It's important for us. And now I would like to touch a little bit about another part of your rich personality. And can you elaborate on your journey of discovering your abilities as a medium later in life? How it happened and what age?
About 5 years ago, I went to Omega, which is a retreat in upper state New York. And I went with my friend, and we went to a weekend with a woman named Suzanne Giesman. And she is a very well known medium. And I really thought this was woo. That's what everybody calls it, woo. When somebody talks about crossing over or the other side or spirits. So then I just got hooked immediately. I all of a sudden realized that I could do this. So I started taking a lot of different courses, most of them from England, where there's a lot of people who have been doing spiritualism and mediumshipism for years and years. So I just took courses. I still take a course. And I don't think I'm quite answering your question, but what happened for me was that all of a sudden I realized that I could bring spirits forward. I could bring people who from the other side, or some people call it with their shoes on or shoes off. I don't know. There's all sorts of gimmicky ways of speaking, but other people from the other side who have passed over, I can bring them forward to somebody.
So you can speak, if I can ask, with like parents, with family members. You can.
No, my family don't come around very much, but I go into these groups and there's just several of us on the screen, like a Zoom. And there may be, let's see, there's 20 people on the screen. And there is usually a meditation done first. And then everybody just does their thing, whatever it might be. And I'm able to bring a person from the other side to me.
You mean soul of the person, yes? Or spirit of the person?
All of it. People do it all different ways. And for me, it's just a knowing. A couple of nights ago, I brought this person forward. It was a gentleman who was 26 years old. He told me how he passed. And when they tell me all these things, I write it down because it hit. And then at the end, I'm sorry. So then I will say, I have somebody. At that point, I will start telling what I found about this, what this person told me, evidential things that this person told me, like he was 26 years old, he had black curly hair. And as I speak, somebody will say in the group, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't always happen, but somebody will say, I know that person. That's my grandmother. That's my uncle. And so I'm able to bring past people over to other people.
So you can help other people in a circle to get connected with their family members, but not with yours at this point.
Mine are hanging out around here. My mother flashes lights occasionally here. So I know they're around.
Are you a religious person?
No religion at all, never.
No, maybe church or whatever education at the childhood. So maybe you had it before, but you didn't realize it even.
I think so. But everybody has these skills. We're all one.
But some people taking courses or learning, going even to some ashrams, speaking with gurus, trying to develop the skills, and they're not so maybe powerful. And you get it as a channel, as far as I understand, as a medium.
Exactly. It channeling somebody. And I also occasionally channel somebody who's still alive, which is interesting. It can happen both ways.
So there is something special in you, something which, first of like this joyful spirit and maybe good power or energy which is coming from you. But now, are you taking these courses because probably you would like to use these skills in healing, maybe to improve some business, personal relationships?
Probably not business so much as healing. Healing. The course I'm taking right now is called trans healing, which is trying to go in a kind of trance, and being able to project to another person and see what they need healing for.
And could you apply healing as well? Would you be able just through the energy work?
I haven't gotten there that far. I think so, though.
But I believe it will be your next business reinvention.
I think so.
What I like that you're curious, you're moving, you don't feel any borders or obstacles to pursue whatever is interesting and important for you at certain moment of life. Am I correct?
Yes, yes.
Like your family members, I don't know, husband, like children, did they support you with your new projects, as they say?
I don't tell them all.
It's very wise.
I pick about who I tell this to.
Okay, I'm sorry, but now we are telling, and many people might tune to it. But it's okay because I believe that all what we are learning and now for you this spiritual development, it's what enrich our life. Yes, it's what maybe this next push to go forward.
I never, ever thought about this as something I could do. And it's just it just feels like I don't it's I don't even know what the word is. It just seems so out of the box or something. I just think it's amazing that I can do this. I just don't know.
Look, you pour your heart into celebrating life in motion in different circumstances. Imagine that you are now 30 years old Susan. This 30 years old Susan describe the person you have become today. Do you remember yourself at 30 years old? Uh-huh. So you learned to be happy over the years. It didn't come as there are some people who are happy by nature and family support them.
No, it was definitely a rough time when I was in my 30s. And that was when actually I started to work at one of the bookstores because I just I knew I loved books, but that was all I knew. So that was but in my 30s I was not it was a rough time in my life, really rough.
You know what? I like books all my life, but I've never had time and opportunity. I changed many professions to work actually with books. Now I think maybe, but I need to find the bookstore.
It would be wonderful. You'd love it. You would love it.
But there is no bookstores now. It's all almost coming to Amazon. But okay, I will think about it. Thank you for giving me this association.
I think it's a great idea for you because it's fun.
It's fun, yes, to find this store. It's not in Canada, but I think about I will think about it. Because I always drawn to the libraries and bookstore. Yes, I know it about me, but I couldn't implement it in something. But okay, I have a lot of things to do now. But speaking about others, what advice would you give to other women over 60 who are thinking about making a bold life change but feel hesitant? Like it's late, it's what you would say.
Support, tons and tons of support from anybody you can get support from. And it might not be family. It might be just a system that believes in you.
That's why I have this podcast, Age of No, it's how I understand that I can support people who are really on the brink of changes, but don't know how to do, and they don't have support, or maybe not enough ideas what to do next after 50, after 60. And somehow I naively probably believe that stories of others who did it and succeeded or tried different things in life, it's a secret of personal development and reinvention.
Keep learning too. That's find something that you love, but you don't know anything about it. That's what I did. I love clothing. I love retail, but I knew nothing really about how to promote a company at all. I didn't know how to do it at all.
Okay, so what is the next for you and Inner Joy Activewear? Do you have any dreams, ideas, goals that you still need to pursue that would keep an eye out for achieving something?
My next goal is to have a big company buy me out.
Okay, it's very smart. And how
They need every company. When I did my research before I even started this, nobody sells women's clothes in cotton and for older women styled and design.
do you need to grow to the certain level of sales and branches in order to be bought by? But I think it's very realistic because we, in many countries, we are living longer, and there are many dance clubs, gym clubs that are actually targeting women after 50, 60, 70, and maybe it's a way to connect with these women fitness clubs and communities and retreats. So you think about it. It's next on your and in personal life, if I can ask. But you have now this healing opportunities or your spiritual work. It's what you're planning as a next.
I think the best times are just hugging my animal. And that's it. That's what I like. My dog. I'm just saying, there are times when you just feel the world is coming too close and you need to feel some warmth and caring and compassion. And I think just hugging your dog is the best thing in the world. Oh yes, those two. I have those too. Oh, she's a mutt. She's just a mutt. She's a rescue and she's just the sweetest dog, and she knows when I'm upset, and she knows she's spiritually. I think there's a lot there. Yeah, which is another whole area I'm interested in.
Absolutely. And I believe there are some companies who are working on AI who would help elderly people and women to accompany them and to provide, I don't know, conversation if needed. I'm old, but I more prefer some animal or personal touch rather than AI.
And I think there are very few ways to get unconditional love. And I think that's from the ant, that's from your dog. The unconditional love that you want.
So, what other advice would you give someone looking to embrace joy, creativity as they age?
Find out what you love the most and just try to envelop it into your heart and see what it brings you.
And you think from this we can develop creativity, and even without support, as you mentioned, we need support of, I don't know, family members.
I do. I do. But once you, yeah, once you figure out what you want, the world is wide open. You can get support on the internet if you need to from people. You can get support from anybody, but I think you just find out what makes you feel good. That's it. What makes you actually feel good to be alive and to be here.
You're lucky you found it being 6 years old with the dance.
I am lucky. I am lucky. I feel very lucky. I feel very fortunate to be almost 80 and to feel okay, to feel I still have things to do.
It's just more than okay. You're creating, you're inventing new lines, fashion, new approach to life, maybe spiritual work and healing of people who would be otherwise lonely and desperate. I see a lot of potential coming from you, and I will try to follow you. And please tell us where people can find more about you rather than website. I will include the website on description, but are you on some other social media platform? And
We just got onto Amazon. We're going to be marketing on Amazon now, which has been very exciting to do that. We're on all the social medias, the Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn.
so you have a lot of plans and opportunities, and I sincerely wish you the best with Inner Joy Activewear for more women to learn to know about it and to be healthy and to make joy of life your everyday activity while you're dancing, while you're managing your company, or when you're dreaming about maybe next project, and to be happy every day.
Thank you. You're really wonderful and very inspiring for me too. So I appreciate it.
Thank you. And I get big compliment. Thank you. And I'm very happy that I had this opportunity to meet and speak with you. And I believe in you.
Thank you. And let's not lose connection.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to see if you go to the bookstore.
Okay. And for all who is listening to us, I can tell you that my name is Emily Braun. I'm host of Age of Reinvention. And today, this inspiring conversation was with Susan Mary. Thank you very much, Susan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Age of Reinvention, where we explore the beauty of movement, creativity, and reinvention. As Susan Mary reminds us, embracing joy and empowering yourself to live your fullest, most authentic life is never too late. She is soon to be 80, full of dreams and plans. If you have been inspired by Susan's story, from her career in dance to launching Inner Joy Activewear and tapping into her spiritual gifts, don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with others seeking motivation and purpose. And remember, move with intention, live with creativity, and age with empowerment. Until next time, keep dancing your way through life.